Well, this isn't the first time the Journal has conducted an interview at the historic amphitheater or the historic Masonic Amphitheatre. But today, Supervisor from Clifton Forge West District, Greg Dodd, joins us to answer a few of our pesky questions. Welcome, Mr. Supervisor.
Thank you, Jerry.
Greg, I don't think you have ever missed a supervisor's meeting in the last umpteen years. And people going to the various meetings, kind of few and far between. What do you think is the most pressing issue before the board at the current time?
Well, right now we got we bought the Wells Fargo building there beside the courthouse, and that's in the phase one of demolition inside. And then the old hospital there in Covington, we're working to get that straightened out for DSS and voters registration offices in that building. So
you're not going to put up with snakes in the basement anymore, huh?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But those two right now, plus with the federal government shutdown, we're going to have to maybe look into dipping into our county reserve funds to help out social services and DSS. If they stay shut down any longer, it's going to affect this county.
So the flow of funds from the feds
Yeah.
is being cut back.
Yes. So that's going to affect this county if it keeps going like it is.
How big of a deal in recent months and maybe even years, how big of a deal is the supervisor's support for what is currently being called workforce development?
I think it's a pretty good deal, especially with the college. They just opened up another program, and I'm not sure exactly. I haven't looked at all of it yet, but and if we land a company on the pad site, I'm sure the college will work with us to help people to learn the process, whatever company it is, if pharmaceutical or whatever. They'll have another program for, hopefully to help us train people. And I think the college, the Gateway Community College, is doing a good job at that.
Greg, you were on the board when this historic decision was made to put a couple $1 million towards the pad ready site. Mm-hmm. And all along the way, the city of Covington joined you.
Yes.
And then even a local bank helped get the deal done. But you guys also were able to bring in the state as a contributor for several $1 million. So here we are, we've got this pad ready site. How realistic do you believe it is that we'll see a substantial employer from that?
Well, a lot of people say, well, it's going to sit up or empty for so many. It's more, sometimes it could be an investment for later, who knows? I mean, it could be this week, it could be could be going into next year before we find somebody to land on it. But that's where this housing summit come off of, because the state put in money in it, and Clifton Forge is looking at housing development. City of Covington is, I think they're building some new houses. The guy, Mr. Fralin, who built the apartments there by the Y, he's willing to start building more apartments because they got a waiting list right now. And
that was kind of a risky deal for him, wasn't it?
yes, it was. But so far, it's been a good deal. The waiting list, I don't know how long it is, but they say there's a waiting list for people who want into those apartments.
So, you've been on the supervisors a number of years now. What in your background, I mean, people always want to talk about qualifications. You've been there, president at the creation for the pad ready site now, but what in your background do you believe most qualifies you to sit on the board?
Well, I'm very active in my church. I'm a first elder, and I conduct the board meetings each month that our church has. in our annual meeting, so I feel like I can hold a meeting if I had to. You know, if the vice president, if the chairman and vice chairman wasn't there, I could do that. I'm also on the Camp Kovac, our church camp there in Bath County. I'm on the board. I'm chairman of the board there, and I hold the meetings for that. And
I didn't know that. That's
yes.
Yeah, cool. What a great organization.
And I'm on a regional board for our churches from North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia. I'm not the chairman of it, but I'm on that board also. So, and I can't say that I know everything that's going on. I've been on the board for 3.5 years. I'm still learning. I learn stuff every day. I filled in a half a year from Mr. Shaw, who resigned and left the area, and I think he's back in the area now. But so it's not been a total 4-year term, but it's been a 3.5, and I've learned a lot, and I feel like I still got a lot to learn and give to this county.
And as a sum up here, how would you sum up your campaign? In other words, why should people give you a full year term? You know, we've watched you on the board. It looks like you have a good amount of unanimity there. It looks like everybody gets along.
Yes. It
looks like you guys are getting along with the city of Covington, but why should they? More of the same? Or do you see? Well, that's nice. Some guy thinks it's Friday. Why should people elect you for a 4-year term?
I think, like I said a little bit ago, I still got a lot to give to this county. I want to see the county grow, and I do represent Clifton Forge West, but I also represent Selma and part of Lowmore, and then I represent the rest of the county. You know, it's just not Clifton Forge West. You know, you're looking at Nicely Town, 42 area. So, you know, and we do get along on the board. We might vote against stuff. Now, like last year, I voted against the budget because I didn't like the trash pickup going up again. And I've been told, you know, $90 a year, that's a lot of money. Well, if you divide that by 52 weeks, and they pick up the trash every week, that's $1.73 a week. You can't pay. We're not even paying the drivers or anybody, the truck or nothing for that price. But it's, you know, it's hard because there's a lot of people in this area that are retired. But I feel like I still got a lot to give to this area, and I hope the people will support me come November 4th.
One final question. You recently hired a new county administrator. This fella has wide experience in economic development. Is that a good hire? Does it look like you've got a positive economic development future ahead of us?
I think so. He's really on the ball. He sends us a newsletter each month, either on the computer or by paper, through the mail, of what he's been doing and where he's been, meetings and stuff. And he just won an award I think it was state.
That was pretty impressive.
Yes,
yeah,
it was.
It was.
And he knows this area, and he knows what he wants to see come. And so I think it's a good hire. I think we did a good job, and I look forward to hopefully working with him for another 4 years.
You know, we looked into this interview with Supervisor Dodd. We're standing out, I guess it's about 45 degrees today. And it was a little difficult thing to arrange, but we certainly appreciate you taking the extra time to join us today. Election is November 4th, and we do appreciate you answering our pesky questions from the press.
Thank you, Jerry.